Hello everyone, this is Vicki Verley. Thank you so much for joining me for your monthly Tarotscopes. These monthly mini readings offer a glimpse into what it's really like to have a personal consultation with me. A private reading is much more personal and in-depth. I psychically tune into your energy and get visions and impressions that are specific only to you. If you would like to order a personal reading from me, or check out some of the other products and services that I offer, you can do so by checking out the link below. And now, without further ado, on to the reading.
Gemini.
Hello Gemini, welcome to your August 2014 Tarotscope mini astrology reading and animal totem. Okay, let's get right into it. I need my glasses on, excuse me. Let's shuffling up for Gemini of August 2014. Oh, coming out of the doldrums and into the sun. That's a good one. Oh, in Leo, in the time of Leo it seems. Okay, let's see what else we got. Okay. Ooh. I'm not that concerned about that tower because of the other sun and the other cool cards that we have here. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, well, let's deal with it. Let's address it. Because right in the center of everything, we do have Emperor in reverse. Next to Tower in reverse. So Tower's always taken something out of your life, okay? Upright, it's more the most dramatic, the most impactful, the most traumatic, I guess you could say. In reverse, it's still something's leaving your life, but I feel like it's just a little bit milder. You kind of saw it coming, or it's not that big of a, you know. And when I'm looking at this card, what's standing out to me here is these plants and these vines all dead. So I want to say it died on the vine. That's what I want to say about it. And in large part, probably because the Emperor in reverse here. The Emperor in reverse was not going to listen. He or she wanted to do things their way. It's my way or the highway. And it brought about, it ran out of gas. It ran out of steam. It could only go so far in this way, in this closed way. And I think it's kind of like, devil in reverse down here. You're free of it. And it's like, good riddance. I'm so glad to be free of it. And free of this energy, whatever. Because this is oppression. Emperor in reverse lords over people, oppressive, domineering, aggressive, mean, fixed. So this is something that, you're a Gemini, you're air, you need room to fly and flutter. You can't be held in these restrictive things. And it feels like it's a period of 4 also, because we've got this, excuse me, I gotta sneeze. But anyways, 4 of Swords. After a period of 4, you're back into action again, you're back. And the Emperor is also 4. So there's some couple of references to 4 here. So maybe this has been going on for 4 months, 4 years, since the 4th month of April. So there's something going on here. But it's over. The time of retreat, or the time of having to be in the dark. And Mercury was retrograding too last month. So that could even be because that's your ruler. Geminis feel that more than anybody, the Mercury retrograde, because it's your ruler. But anyway, so you're in this time of rest or pause or reflection at 4, healing, could be healing. And then now you're springing back into action. And the sun is shining and fire. It's Leo time. And it is Leo time for a good portion of the month until the 23rd. So while the sun is shining and fire, you're shining. Things are really starting to pop. Things are really starting to happen. You're feeling 100% again. You're shining. You're glowing. You're expressing yourself, and you're joyful. Your aura is big and bright. And it could be another person. I mean, this could totally be, because look at how he looks over here. He looks at this sun like he's attracted to it. He's drawn to it. He's coming in for it. So for those of you that are single, and maybe you've had a little dry spell. Maybe you haven't had a relationship in 4 weeks or 4 months. Then, or 4 years sometimes, this could be totally, that's awakening again. Also though, people trying to get pregnant, because the sun card does have the baby on it. And this is also this thing, maybe you needed a healing time in order for this, this child energy to come through. The reason I say that is because this Page of Rods down here. Now, a lot of times it's news, and it could be, but for some reason it feels like a youth, and I want to use the word youth. That's such a weird... I don't use the word youth. So that's not my language. Okay. And the other thing is, we got fire, earth, and that's what's happening astrologically this month. We've got fire Leo moving into Virgo earth after the 23rd of this month. So it's talking about probably while the sun's still in Leo, but as we're transitioning into the earth part. And it looks like this thing with the emperor that's going to hit the fan here does seem to be happening in the time of earth. These could also, again, just be people. It could be a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. It feels, though, this is more like your energy's down, your energy's back. This is related probably when the Pentacle people show up, it's almost always related to work, money, finance, okay? And I feel like I don't have any remorse about this at all. Feels like you're going to hear the news about this being released from this bondage. And in the time of fire, but by earth it happens. So you probably hear about it a little earlier in the month, and then in earth it happens. And this could be anybody. Maybe it's not your job. Maybe this is some crooked politician or something. That just came to me out of nowhere. Like somebody getting kicked out of office or something like that. But at any rate, it could be somebody, this may be your boss that you work for, and your business goes down. If that's the case, if the business goes down, maybe you hated the job anyway. And I definitely feel like this emperor is making your work life miserable. That you're the craftsman, you have skills and abilities, and that it's becoming a burden. You're not enjoying. This card is saying you're not enjoying your work. This card says that you are just doing it to make money, and it's a drudgery, Where the Sun card says you want to jump out of bed every morning and you can't wait to get to it. This is like, oh my God, I got to drag myself in there. I can't stand this job anymore. I hate it. Checking the clock all the time. So this emperor was not doing you any good anyway. And whoever, it might not be your boss. If you're an independent contractor, maybe this is an important client that you've had to deal with. And like it feels just like it's ending, it's over. The reign of this emperor is over, okay? And it's going to make your life better. You feel good about it. You feel released. Maybe it's somebody in your personal life too. Somebody who's been lording over you and making your life hard. At any rate, if this is a job, it almost looks like, so say this is a job, the company closes, you maybe go back to school. I definitely see you embarking on a new path, let's put it that way. And they're saying, do it, go for it, do it. In fire, start looking into it. News is coming, messages are coming, things are moving quickly, moving right along. And Geminis like when things move along quickly. That's how your mind works quickly. And this is the card of learning a new skill or trade. So it may be, in this modern day, though, it's not always going to a formal school. Especially if it is, sometimes I'll have like Hierophant nearby. If this card shows like with Hierophant, then that probably is like a real, like a college or university, excuse me. And it could be, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. And the way this is so quick, and I've got the 3s are just popping at me here, I'm feeling like it could be something really short, like 3 weeks, 3 months. Or maybe you get in another job where there's a 3-week, 3-month training period involved, or probational period. But whatever the case, this is all happening to set you on this different course. It's all happening in fire, and the end result is you're freed from the bondage, and you're freed from this emperor, and you're a much happier, brighter person, okay? This could even be a divorce, I was going to say, for some people. If you're married to somebody who's very domineering and controlling, you may be breaking up. But it's good. You're free in a good way. Okay, so let's take a look here. Gemini on the ascendant for August. First event is going to be on August 10th, and we're going to have a full moon in your 9th house. So 9th house is travel, education. That's the education house. Full moon or releasing, so it's culmination and begins a cycle of release. So full moon in your 9th house, have some realization about the status of your education. Also, it is a spiritual thing. That's the house of spirit and spiritual practices and spiritual learnings too. So definitely some kind of enlightenment could come. It's a good day to meditate, prayer, try to find these answers. It could very well come to you, rather. The full moon shines the light, and on it's your ninth house. Okay, so then 1, 2, 3, 4, the new moon is going to be on the 25th in Virgo in your fourth house. So new moon in your fourth house often changes in where you live. Dealing with fourth house issues, which is primarily your house where you live. But it can be work too, because it's where you spend your everyday. I sometimes, if you spend a lot of time, that's where you're spending your everyday environment. Also has to do with ties to ancestors, usually paternal, father, men. Sometimes people will flip it and make the moon the 10th house. But I kind of stick with fourth house as the male in the males in the family, the male energy, the patriarchal energy. So a new moon in that area of your house, highly likely some kind of move or new job, relocation, or even bringing your office to your home. That could be another thing with it. Let me go ahead and shuffle up these. We're going to stay with the medicine card, not medicine cards, but I highly recommend the medicine cards. But we're going to stay with the animal totems, and we're going to draw a card for Gemini for the month of August 2014. I got more than one. I've decided that if I get more than one, they go back in until we get one. Oh, here it is. Okay, Gemini, your card for August of 2014 is the Jaguar. Okay, I'm going to give a brief synopsis, like my take on it. You can always look it up further on your own, Jaguar Animal Totem. So stay tuned for my explanation and hear about some cool new things I want to tell you about. Stay tuned. The Jaguar is about stepping into your personal power. She is the lone huntress, and she makes her own way in life. The Jaguar patiently waits for their prey, and then when the time is just right, they pounce and attack. This could be about you. If you've been patiently waiting, things may be about to pay off for you. Or maybe it's a message that you do need to be more patient. And if you can do that, if you can wait for the time and right, you could have a payout in a big way. Before we go, I wanted to tell you about this awesome spirit guide artist from Ohio, J.D. Arichi, and his website is infinitecreations.net. Now, this is the first drawing that I ever had done from him. I had just at some kind of psychic fair, and these are the charcoals. This is one of my charcoals that he had done for me, and it's like a reading. And this is like the past, present, and future. I don't know if you can pick up on this camera, but there's all sorts of little details going on. And there's like little faces and all sorts of things you can look at. And then, of course, he gives an interpretation at the time, but you can look at this later on and pick up so much other things from it. And on the back, he mats it, and on the back he gives you like an explanation, everything. It's really cool. And the other thing he does that I just had done, I'm going to put it on the screen. I don't actually have it in my hand yet, but he emailed a print to me. He does these spirit guide portraits, and I think he's one of the best I've seen ever. I mean, and I've even looked around on the internet because as an artist myself, I'm really into spirit guide art, and I've had several done over the years. I think he's really one of the best around. This is the one that he just completed for me, and I can relate to this on so many levels. He's going to give me the actual print, but this is one he emailed me because I told him I wanted to feature him in this month's videos. He's very reasonably priced. These smaller ones with all these details, I think these are only like $30. So he's very reasonably priced, very talented artist. Truly psychic too. I mean, everything, when I had this thing done, everything that he was talking about, this all had really, really good meaning. So not only is he a great artist, he's a true psychic. And as I said, as you go on, see, if you look at this one, there's a face here, but then there's another face here. I don't know if you see that. There's all kinds of crazy little things happening in these, and they're all like this. And then of course, the spirit guide art is just so cool as well. So check him out. It's J.D. Arichi. His website is called infinitecreations.net. Make sure it's .net. And if you want to check the description of the video, I'm going to go ahead and put a link below and check him out. I think he's great. I think he's awesome, and I think you'll enjoy his work too. Also, I want to tell you about some of my other websites and my other projects that I have going on. If you go on my main page, Rock and Roll Prophetess, and you click on some of my other channels over here, I have the music channel, where I write music, and I would love to have artists record my songs if possible. And then of course I have it's Vicky Verley, but it's learning songs for kids. So if you have little kids and you'd like to have them enjoy some of my songs that I write, or if you like to help me get the Green Glen Gang out there into the world. I've started doing them in more 3D with polymer clay rather than flat 2D. And they've been around me, this Green Glen gang, they've just been around me forever. And I just think one day their time will come. And then, of course, before we go, I have to talk about the book, Tarot in the Modern World. So many of you have been buying it and liking it. It's real easy to understand, and it's just, if you like the way that I speak in simple terms, then chances are you're going to like this book. I give upright and reverse position. I give a little poem as how to remember it. And I also go into a little bit about how to tie it all together. So take a look at my Tarot in the Modern World, some of my other websites. Be sure to check out JD's infinitecreations.net. He's a really gifted psychic and spiritual artist. I want to thank you all for watching and liking my videos and sharing and commenting and donating. You know, these little donations, it really makes it worthwhile for me to continue on doing these free readings every month. And I want to tell you all, remember that you are love and beauty incarnate, and I'll speak to you soon.